What's going on, YouTube? Today we're going to be talking about the Explorers event. They just slid on the event in here. We were just saying about how Mid-Year Mayhem was canceled, and then they were like, bam, Explorers event. I don't know, maybe my video where I was, with the sad intro music, that really, got to their heartstrings. And just wanted to say I'm very happy to talk to you guys about this event. I love this event. I'm also, today was a very long day at work, very tragic. So very happy to be able to come back, share some excitement, share some intrigue, and talk to you about this event. So let's talk about the event. So the Explorers event is actually broken down very simply into these three categories that you see right here: double XP, double drops from harvest nodes excluding fishing, and double gold. Those are the three big pieces. Very straightforward, very simple. We're going to actually break down each one though individually, starting with double gold, because that's probably the easiest one for me to contextualize for you, and it's very straightforward. So if you're interested in double gold, like if you're interested in getting it from monsters, what I would suggest is going to the Vile Manse. It is a public dungeon inside of Malbator. It's very popular. There's a lot of Imperials there. For some reason, being Imperial gives you the ability to get a lot of gold. If you die while Imperial, you also for some reason have lots of gold on you. I guess they're implying that you earned a lot of gold in your life before you, the player character, killed them. Don't go too far down this rabbit hole. But the biggest piece that I want to hit upon is actually quest rewards, because daily writs. I talk about it all the time. I'm team daily writs. Do your daily writs, even if you're low level, because now instead of getting 5,000 gold for doing all your daily writs, you're going to get 10,000 cash money gold, in addition to gold materials, plans, writs, mats, XP, goodness, all sorts of things. All of the problems in the world would be solved if everyone did their daily writs every day. There would not be any sort of problems in the Elder Scrolls universe if everyone did their writs. The Three Banners War would be over if everyone did their writs. Moving along to double XP. Now, I do plan to make a double XP specific video, because I think that double XP is a very unique thing, and I think that there's a lot of different ways to utilize it. So before I make that video, I did talk about it previously in another video, which I'll link in the description below. But what I would say though that I don't necessarily talk about there is that when you go to very popular places like Alakir Desert, Spellscar, you're competing with other people essentially. While it is actually easier on console because there's less instances of people, because of hardware, so it's generally less competition for XP because there's less total amount of people in a specific instance of a zone. What I would say though is that you don't want to be in situations where you're fighting against other people to get experience, because your experience is now being subtracted from the experience they're getting. So as a good alternative to like the Alakir deserts, for example, it's not too bad to actually go to places such as the Shawn, which also has really close anchors to their way shrines, and you can usually get these in a very good pattern as well. Significantly less people. There are still a ton of people that do it, but you're not going to have to compete with the gajillions of people in the Alakir Desert, because the Alakir Desert is so popular. As always, Black Rose Prison still remains the #1 absolute best place to go. Skyreach is also a great place to go as well. So if you're looking for those places, I will link that video below so you can watch specifically my old XP guide. I talk about 5 different methods there, but I will also be making a new video over the weekend where I break down each individual best XP method based on how many people you're doing it with, if you own DLCs, if you're champion versus non-champion leveled, and so on and so forth. So stay tuned for that. And then finally, we have to talk about the double drops. So extra harvesting nodes is definitely going to be an interesting one, because everyone's going to be doing it. So for example, I could tell you, boom, everyone run down to Cold Harbor and start just picking up alchemy ingredients, just flood the place. Here's the problem. Everyone's going to be doing that. So what I would suggest is that a lot of zones have great resourcing routes. I do talk about that in this video again that I'll link in the description below. But what I would tell you is, if you have a specific DLC, probably go to that DLC. For example, I am in Northern Elsewhere. This loop right here is pretty phenomenal. Why is this loop better than going to somewhere like Cold Harbor, or going to like Glenumbra or Stormhaven? Stormhaven's got a great route if you're looking for enchanting runes. Here's why. everyone can go to Stormhaven. Everyone can go to Glumbra. Not everyone can go to Northern elsewhere. I'm not an elitist. I'm just saying, competition is light. I don't want to have to compete, for resources. It's not double resources if it takes you twice as long to get a resource. That's not double resources. I will tell you that Craglorn obviously is going to give you those Nern Cruxes, so it can still definitely be worth farming, especially up in this northern quadrant down up here or down here in this area here. This whole, if you were to make a big L, that is probably the best, most juicy area of Craglorn. And if you're playing at a weird hour where there's not a lot of people, and if you're on, console, generally the instances aren't as full, so you can usually get more resources if you're on console because less competition. But again, you have to think to yourself, if I'm competing with twice the amount of people and it's taking me twice as long to get these resources, it's not really double resources then, it's normal resources. This is also amplified by the champion points. If you have the ability to pick up these harvested features faster, that is definitely also going to help you. Is in the green line of your champion point skill line. I would encourage you guys to pick that up also. But if you have a DLC zone, for example, you only have Western Skyrim, just look up Western Skyrim resource farm. You can find it and you can farm it. I can't go through every single DLC zone, but what I would tell you is if you only have one or two, just look up the one specific to what you have. Don't also forget too, you can also farm resources in Cyrodiil. Not a lot of people do that, and it can be pretty lucrative to do that, especially near the mountainous areas on the map and near the towns. There's some pretty good resources, and Cyrodiil already has an increased drop rate for those resources, so just food for thought, because I'm hungry. But, dear friends, that is going to wrap up this video. Unfortunately, that's really it. There's no introductory quest. There's no Imprezo event. There's no tickets. This is strictly those three things. And I wanted to try to give a brief synopsis of those things. I have gone in depth on them before, so I wanted to just give a brief overview. And then if you want to watch those videos, I will link them below in the pinned comment for you. And it's an exciting time as this is the giveaway winner day. So you guys are able to see who the giveaway winners are. And if you'd like to be entered in 3 this month, we are doing the funniest comment of the month. So I objectively pick the funniest comment, whichever one made me laugh the most in the specific moment. Second is a random comment. So every single comment that is not flagged as spam gets entered into a giveaway. So as long as you're not a porn bot secretly and you don't realize it, you're entered. As long as you comment as many times as you want. I won't stop you. And then the third one is a random subscriber. So every single one of my public subscribers is entered into a drawing. It's actually very straight. It's very simple. The total number of subs I have and then a number generator from 1 to that number. Boom. It's very easy. So those are the 3 ways to enter. Please enter as many times as you would so choose to. And, let me give back to you guys by you giving to me, just, mutual circle. I mean, that is the Elder Scrolls symbol is like a snake eating itself. Is that a good analogy? It's a reciprocal. I don't know if this is a good or terrible analogy. I apologize. If it gets you to comment, great. If not, I'm just going to cut my losses and tell you that I'll see you tomorrow. And see you then. Bye, guys.
You better remember to like and subscribe to Jake Clips. Or you should. I might have to pluck your eyes if you don't. Or, better yet, I'll skip rope with your entrails. Do it now. Subscribe. Ta-ta. Off with you.
Today was very chaotic at work. So was yesterday. Placing kids today and yesterday. Yesterday was a baby. Today was a teenager. My brain is so rattled. I was hoping to make a video yesterday. That turned into I was going to make a video today. Then they announced the Explorers event and I was like, ugh! And then they announced that they're doing the in-person event in Las Vegas. I did apply to go to the in-person event in Las Vegas. So hopefully if any of you guys are interested in going to that, you'll be able to see my bright shining face there and all of my melancholy happiness. So hope to see you guys there. We'll talk more about that when we stream this weekend and post our videos for the updated XP guides. And I hope to see you there. Bye, guys.